Now, welcome back to the Business Center, the Lifestyle and Entertainment Edition. And today we are going to be discussing about artists rebranding and positioning themselves in the market. And I'm not doing this discussion on my own. In studio, I am joined by Dr. Shogo, a man of very many hats. So I'll let him introduce himself. Dr. Shogo.
Hey.
Kosalama.
Salama. Poa sana.
So I'm going to let you introduce yourself, say your name and what you do.
Okay, basically my name is Dr. Shogo. Thank you for having me on this program. I flew in from Lagos, Nigeria, where God lives. Okay, I'm a certified life coach. I'm a brand consultant and I'm a corporate trainer. So let me just leave that for now.
Okay.
And recently I got inducted into Forbes Coaches Council. So I'm a Forbes recognized coach.
Okay. And today we are going to elucidate artists rebranding and positioning themselves on a higher scale in the market. First things first, what do we mean by rebranding? When an artist or a creative has rebranded, what exactly are we saying?
Okay, so when we look at branding, it's about being intentional about the perception of the audience to your product or service. When we look at branding, we're looking at how people perceive you, perception management, your colors, the things that represents who you are, what you do as an artist. So when we talk about rebranding, it's probably, we live in a fast changing world. So a brand of 5 years ago might not necessarily be relevant 5 years after if that brand does not repackage, if that brand does not innovate. So when we look at branding, it's like you are packaging old things in new way, which is called innovation. So we have to be innovative because the environment keeps changing, the market keeps changing, and people want something new. They want fresh of breath air. I remember maybe 20 years ago, the bottle of Coca-Cola is not the same 20 years after. Yeah. They keep changing this, they innovate this, bring it that. So it's also important that artists rebrand from time to time. At times, as an artist, you might notice that your fan base is dropping. Probably because there are new kids on the block that are moving hot. So if you don't want to be removed, you have to move.
True.
So that's it.
And I couldn't help but see how you emphasize on the image. Does that mean that rebranding has to be the visual image, nothing physical?
No. So rebranding has to do with image, it has to do with content, it has to do how you do what you do. So when we talk about rebranding, it cuts across all aspects of what you do. And it's not also limited to artists, even though we are discussing about artists. Even as an individual, as a business owner, you want to rebrand how you approach your customers, how you talk with your customers, how you interface with your customers. All those are rebranded. So it goes beyond the visual. Okay. It's about the experience you create for people when they come in contact with your brand.
Does that mean that me as an artist, if I find that the craft that I'm doing is not beneficial to me or it's not rising to the market, I can change it completely? Oh. Start from square one.
Yes, absolutely. You will notice as an artist, you will see some artists, they totally leave a particular genre of music to do something new because they realize that that genre is either not paying them or that genre is not in synchronization with their market, so they move.
And what are the other benefits other than me rising up on the scale in the market? Are there any other benefits of me rebranding my craft?
Okay, so if you rebrand your craft, it shows you are creative, it increases your profitability, it increases your market perception, it improves your market share, and in turn, improves your impact and influence.
Thank you.
So as a means of rebranding as an artist, probably you've done a lot of, okay, I'm narrowing down to a musical artist now. You might want to do a collaboration with a new kid on the block.
But again, can I move from rap maybe to gospel music as a way of rebranding?
Yes, because change is the only thing that is constant in life. And your goals might not change, but strategy to achieving your goals can change. So if you have decided that, oh, I want to become a gospel, now that's my new strategy. At the end of the day, you're still looking for income, you're still looking for impact, you're still looking for influence. But it's just your strategy that has changed. The goal has not changed.
You gave an example of Coca-Cola, how they've been changing their bottles from time to time, how they package the drink here. When is the right time to rebrand yourself or to package yourself again? Maybe after 5 years? Is there a period, a definite period of time that you need to rebrand yourself? Okay,
so when we look at branding, it cuts across different areas. As an artist, for instance, it is possible that I wear dreadlocks. And I might want to rebrand my look. That, okay, after 3 years, after 5 years, I want to go back to skin cut. And you see, when people buy into brands, it's an emotional transaction. You need to appeal to people's emotions. Now, I've worn dreads for 5 years, and I decide to remove the dreads. Do you know that there's a possibility that I will lose some fan base because they are dread loving? And at the same time, even though I'm losing, I'm also gaining some new fan base because they feel that wearing dreads, they have their reservation to it. So it's a two-way thing. You need to be sure, what am I rebranding? Is it my visual looks, my physical appearance? Am I rebranding? Is it my style of music? Is it? So talking about timing, you can't arrive at a destination you have not identified. Okay. A lot of things influences rebranding. It might be the society. It might be, okay, I have planned that after 5 years, I'm going to renovate. But even though I have planned that after 5 years, I'm going to renovate, 3 years or 2 years into the 5 years, some new kids came on the block. They are the rave of the moment. They are dressing in a certain way. They are doing this, they are doing that. It is foolishness for me to stick to my 5 years. True. If I don't want to lose relevant. Yes. So I want to realign that these guys that people are gravitating towards, I can also, because when you see someone having a winning formula, wisdom demands that you align. Being current is the currency of life. So it is very important to be sensitive to the dictate of your market. Okay. And do you know Naiboy? He's a Kenyan artist. I don't know whether you know Kenyan artist. Naiboy. So this guy, when he started his craft in about 2.5 decades ago, 2.5 decades ago? Yeah, that's a long time ago. That's a long time ago. Yeah, his name, he started with Rap Damu. Rap Damu, that was his name, but no one noticed him. With time, he changed, and it has been successful because right now people know him. My question is, does it always have to be successful? Is there a bad or good rebranding? Does it always have to move from bad to better? Okay, well, ideally it should move from bad to better. That's why we rebrand. However, it is also possible because we're humans. If you have not done your research very well and you are quick to rebrand without doing a proper research, it might turn out bad. So there is no bad rebranding, but it can be. There's a possibility. Yes, there's a possibility if you have not done a research. Okay. Yeah, a basis for which you are rebranding. Let's talk about the management now. Okay. My management as a creative. Is it necessary to have a management to start with, or I can make it on my own? So this is why we have a lot of talented broke people. We have a lot of people that are talented, but they are broke because they have not mastered the business of their talent. So I need you to know that talent is not enough. Talent doesn't pay your bills. It is people don't pay for talent, people pay for skills. And when you look at skills, skills is refined form of talent. Yeah. So it is possible you are technically good in your craft, but you have not mastered the business part. That's why you see some artists, they go in for a contract, they are shortchanging themselves because they have not given it to their lawyer to read, they have not given it to their brand manager to read, they don't understand the intricacies of the business of music industry. So it is very, very, very important. You can't do it on your own. You can't succeed in isolation. You will always need a team that should help you look good and win at all times. So you want to have a lawyer, you want to have a brand strategist, you want to have a publicist. You can't do it on your own. So it's, for you to be relevant, for you to be impactful, you need a team.
And when rebranding, can I change my management maybe if...
Oh, yes, because, I mean, it's not a covenant, it's a contract.
Yeah.
It's a contract, and every contract can expire. Oh, yes, that's why you will notice they will tell you this artist has decided to leave this record label simply because the terms and conditions are no more favorable. Oh, yes.
And also you mentioned something about talented and let's call them the ordinary artists. Yeah,
Okay.
the talented and ordinary. And you find that the ordinary or the mediocre, let me call them mediocre creatives, yeah? You find them rising up on the market because they're into dramas, they're just out there chasing clout. Is that also something that very vital in brand making?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it has to do with your personal vision. It has to do with your personal value. In entertainment industry, in showbiz, I learned that there's nothing called bad publicity. Publicity is publicity. There's no bad PR. However, if you have morals, if you have values, there are things you don't want to ride on the wave as publicity.
Okay.
So it is very important that you have a clean name. It is very important that you ask yourself, what sort of brand do I want to create? What kind of publicity do I want to create for myself?
But again, aren't they looking for followership and viewership? Drama after drama will cause a lot of traction. People are going to search my name on social media because they want to know what happened to me, what happened to Wangari. Does that maybe come on the positive side, the negative action?
So there's negative and there's positive. So the positive aspect is fine. You get mileage, you gain traction, you have followers. The negative part of it is there are certain corporate brands that will not give you endorsement because they don't want drama around themselves. So the key is to strike a balance on how you create publicity stunts for yourself. There are people that are doing well, their followers are rising, and there's no drama around them. They are not controversial in nature. So I live in Lagos, and I got a deal to produce for a TV outside my country. And the first thing the head of TV production of that particular TV station in that country said to me was that we went to check you out on Google. And one of the reasons we're giving you this job, one of the reasons we're signing this contract is because we realized that there's no scandal around your name.
And let me ask you, if I rebrand and it doesn't work out, will I be stupid to go back to what I was doing?
Well, you won't be stupid to go back, but it is important to do a proper research before you rebrand.
Okay.
You need to ask yourself why. Why do I want to rebrand? What effect will this rebranding generate? So you don't rebrand without thinking.
Okay. Well, that's all we had for you. We can never really exhaust, but because it is a very, very, very fleshy topic. All the way from Lagos, that was Dr. Shao, and I am Wangari Njoroge.